Out of control. So when the heavy lifting starts, they call in the boss.
They don't say anything. I just walk up and I'll
help them. Yeah.
And then there's some younger guys on their crew, and they just tease them because they can't lift anything.
That's funny. Dude. That's funny.
Well, here, let me help you guys out with that. But yeah, man, some of those stoves and stuff, they've had to carry through the
Heavy
building.
shit.
Because when people deliver them, they just nah, we don't take it in the building.
Yeah, we just leave
We
it
just
here.
drop it here.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, guys. Yep, sign this. Bye.
Yep. That was like having like equipment delivered to the gym. Bro, like my first big order through Rogue, the dude, so tell you a quick story about it, but UPS freight. Like I hate UPS freight. So one night they were supposed to come between 4 and 8. This is when I had the gym in the court, right out here. So it's like 8:30. They're still not there. I'm like, what the fuck? So I end up calling the distribution center out of like San Leandro or Hayward area. And they're like, we don't have that scheduled for today. I'm like, what do you mean you don't have it scheduled for? I've been waiting for you for 4 hours, right? So, oh no, we can. Oh, and it was on the truck, but we didn't have time to get it. I'm like, so was anybody going to call me, or am I just sitting here with a thumb up my ass all night?
Thumb up your ass, sir.
Yeah. So anyways, I scheduled next day. So they end up the very next day, same time frame, right? 4 to 8. They end up showing up at 9 o'clock at night. And it's in not even a UPS truck that shows up. It's like this, like, you know, like a box truck, like you would get from like U-Haul, like white, but it's like tagged up. Like there's a bunch of like spray paint on the side. Like what the fuck who's delivering my shit? But they show up. The dude's got a pallet jack, right? And like this busted ass like lift gate. Anyways, it was just the ultimate clusterfuck. Drops it in the parking lot, and I'm like, can you like with the pallet jack bring that inside? He's like, no, I'm not supposed to, and just bounced.
Yeah, no, but that's what they do.
Yeah,
That's
you know, like I'm talking thousands of pounds worth of shit. So I'm like, all right, well, I guess.
What's worse about your situation is you're pretty much a warehouse.
Yeah.
So it's not like you have rooms or narrow hallways.
No.
You have a wide open space. He could have just pushed his little pellet thing, dropped it, been on his way.
No.
Say, no, right here at the edge.
No, it was like in the middle of the fucking parking lot. It wasn't even at the edge. I'm like,
oh God.
Thanks, bro. I guess I'm not going home now. Like, I guess I'm gonna break down these pallets and
you can't
start
leave it
bringing
outside.
shit inside.
Let me just
It was
leave
a pain in
these
the ass. Luckily, I had AJ with me. I mean, which isn't a huge help. AJ's kind of a hot turd when calls for help. You know, like helping. It's like putting shit together.
he's
Like
not
we got
Batman
the
or
basketball
Superman.
hoop. The basketball hoop that you got me.
Yeah.
Right, okay. So if this is rolling, Mike got me a basketball hoop. How many years ago? It was my birthday.
Yeah, it was.
So somebody had, like, we'd torn up the old basketball hoop at the old gym. Mike got us one for my birthday. It had to be like 6 years ago, right? So AJ is like dying to get this basketball hoop put together. So I'm coaching a class. He's like, can I start putting it together? I'm like, yeah, go ahead, man. It was like Saturday morning. So he starts putting it together, gets done. I come out and I'm like, what's up, man? He goes, oh, I'm kind of stuck. I'm like, what do you mean you're stuck? He goes, I don't know where this bolt is. I'm like, oh, fuck, here we go. So I'm like, all right, well, where are you at? Like, show me where you're at, like, with the directions. He's like, oh, I haven't been using them. I'm like, what do you mean you haven't been using them? He's like, oh, no, I've done this before. So I'm like, stop. Show me step by step what you've done. So we're backtracking. We had to like completely disassemble to find the bolts that we were supposed to be using at that point where he thought he was. So I basically had to take something together and then put it all back together because AJ thought he knew how to do something without directions. And AJ, I hope you're listening to this, you fucking moron.
I'm going to start imagining that AJ has an Eastern Euro accent. Like, I fix, I put together now.
Bro, like, those Croatian bloodlines are not that far off. Like, this is grandparents that can't, like... Oh, man. He just got married there, too. So, anyways.
Congratulations, AJ.
No, AJ, no. I'm still mad about the basketball hoop.
That's hilarious.
Oh, man. So what's up? What's up? Talk to me.
Life. Busy, man.
Yeah. Yeah, you've been grinding.
Yeah.
Grinding. We were talking before we started You've been a busy man.
You
are the man.
Trying to help put together a restaurant and make my bosses some money. That's my goal.
Yeah, and yourself.
If I get them money, I'll be okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And yourself. Yeah,
But if they don't make any, I don't have a chance.
Yeah, it's kind of tough, right? To get paid when the dude ahead of you isn't getting paid.
So.
So you've been busy with that.
Been staffing, been buying tons of equipment. What's cool is I've been able to take the lead on the bar design.
Yeah.
So it used to be a limited amount of space, and I kicked it out. So it's now like a L bar. And just looking at refrigerators and stuff like that. Apparently those take months to come and to
Yes.
get built. So,
Yes.
So November, come see our fridge.
So you guys are gonna have an igloo cooler, like
Yeah,
an igloo ice chest behind the bar for a little bit.
Right. Yeah.
That's cool. That's all right.
Yeah.
Put some Coronas in there,
A
bro.
whole beach theme, like just relax.
Yeah, fucking lawn chairs up at the bar.
The Lawn Chair Express over there.
What fucking type of place is this?
I'll find out.
All right, so yes, you've been busy with that, man. I know. I didn't see you. I didn't see you at all this week at the
'cause
gym.
We're either waiting to meet people like Coca-Cola or somebody who wants to show up at 8 a.m. and then they show up at 9.
Yep. Like I was just saying with the UPS thing, right? Like
right.
The bigger business you deal with, the longer the.
Or I'm interviewing people and that's early in the morning. Or I got to knock stuff out before I line up my interviews. So it's just a lot. But recruited somebody who's going to help a lot of that in the office. My sister.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. So
no shit.
She's been looking for something for part-time. She's got her boys. So in between school time, it's going to be perfect.
Now, this is an older sister, though.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to whoop your ass like in the restaurant.
That's
like,
the point.
Yeah.
Take care of it.
Yeah.
So she's going to keep us in line. And man, as soon as she started, she just got all these answers. Because her background is a retail store manager.
Okay.
She did it for Banana Republic, Victoria's Secret, and Ann Taylor was the most recent.
Okay.
So she's used to like coordinating a team and onboarding.
Yeah.
And that shouldn't be what I'm doing. Ideally, I need to select, I guess, who we're going to put on the team, but I shouldn't be so consumed in all that. So she's taking over the office stuff.
Good.
Yeah, so that's just like, all right, cool. I could go.
Bro, I offered my assistance. Like,
yeah.
If you need me to come out there and interview people.
You didn't show up at the 9th hole at midnight.
The ninth hole at 9? Yeah. Yeah. I offered, so whatever, Mike. Okay.
You
don't take the help where you can get it.
We'll try it again. So
Okay.
tomorrow night, 9th hole at 9.
Okay. I'm there.
And we'll have a meeting.
I'm there.
Bring a resume.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What's it say? Gym.
Lift.
Yeah, man. All right. So you've been a busy cat.
I've just been wiped out.
Yeah.
A lot of just tired because I'm going to be useless if I come in here. I don't even feel like I'd be lifting safely as tired as I am. And then that's going to wipe me out for the rest of the day, So I think once things get going, I could definitely do 3 days a week here.
Yeah. And you know what the big
doing.
thing is, though? You need to find something to do on those off days, right? Whether it gets back to running, whether it's, giving yourself a challenge of so many push-ups a day, whatever, like, something like that you can knock out.
Yeah, just kind of chip
in
away.
that little time here and there, right? Because that's a shit, too. Like, you got shit going on right now. Shit's hard. Like, it's going to get harder. Like you're in these beginning stages. Shit's going to get harder. You're going to need something to keep you fucking sane. Like,
it feels good to be moving around all day again, though.
Yeah, I bet.
Oh, man, I hated being home.
Yeah. I feel like a turd.
Yeah, I couldn't even sit in the office all day,
Yeah.
Yeah, so just being active, being busy, and that feels so much better.
Yeah, that's good, man. That's good.
Yeah.
Right on.
How about you? What's going on? What I miss? What's going on in here?
All sorts, man. All sorts. With the gym, everything's kind of par for the course here. We're just same old same, dude. Grinding. Getting into that fall season, and hopefully, hopefully cooling off a little.
Saw running's been back a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Other than that, dude, just life. life. Dalton started flag football last night, so that's gonna take up a little bit of time. And we've had a rough couple weeks at our house. We had to say goodbye to our dog, to Cash, who we had for 11 and a half years, right? So that was tough, man. That was super hard. He that was my dude. That was my best friend, and that was for Dalton. Dalton always referred to Cash as his older brother, right? And that's all he knew since the day he was born. So it's been rough, dude. That was and that Labor Day weekend was a super emotional 3 days. We had to put Cash down that Saturday. So it was fucking tough. That's probably one of the hardest things I've ever done, and but it was time, man. He we knew, found out like a year and a half ago that he had cancer. He had, all sorts of like really bad arthritis to where it hurt him to walk, and it got so bad it was his entire left side to where he was losing his vision also. So he was running into stuff, whatever. So that Saturday we had to put him down, and it was 3 days of crying, dude. It was 3 days of crying, and I'm not an emotional person like that, I brought him to the gym that Saturday after everybody was gone. He spent so much time with me at the gym in Fremont. He was my commuter. He'd commute with me. That was my workout partner. He'd hang out with me when I worked out. So I had to bring him to the gym one last time. So he came in here that Saturday with me and just kind of laid by my barbell while I deadlifted and cried and hugged him. And it was tough, man. After that, Tara and I had to take him in. So things have been a little rough. But, for those 11 and a half years, dude, it was a good run. It was a good run, man. It's funny how much of my life he saw, and how many things like he experienced with not just me, but with our family, like I was telling the story the other day, is I can remember the day Dalton was born, and, the next morning going home just to pick stuff up, make sure the house is ready. And it was sitting down with him and having a talk like, look, bro, your little brother's coming home today, because at that point Cash was not even 2 years old. So he's still a pup, and it's like, look, man, I need you to act right. And, he's such a good dog. He was best dog ever. And I remember him, bringing Dalton home and sniffing Dalton. He just wanted to come sit next to him and lay next to him. Even when Tara was pregnant, like Tara's pregnant with Dalton, he would come and rest his head on her belly. And it was a trip, dude. Like he knew.
He was ready, getting ready.
Yeah. Stuff like that. Like just big moments in life that that he was there for 11 and a half years. Wow. He's the one who got me into running. You know what I mean? Like he was my running partner. He was there for that first red-faced mile when I was overweight and, like out there, he's looking up at me like, holy Jesus.
He's like, dude, we got to do this some more.
Yeah. He's looking up at me like, bro, like, you going to be okay? Like, you don't sound so good right now.
And how was he? He was fine?
Like I said, he was looking up at me like, are you serious? Like, this is what you got, huh? So yeah, it's, I don't know, man. It was a lot harder. I knew it would be hard, but it was a lot harder than I thought it would be, and he, like I said, man, he's just the best dog ever. He really was. And, he's, even like yesterday, I was sitting at home and I got choked up yesterday, and it's just like the little glimpses of things that where I'm so used to having them around and still trying to adjust to it, and that's, it's hard, man. So, with what I was doing with my birthday workout this year, I was doing a version of Murph every day. I was 8 days in, and that hit, and it as kind of went, you know what, now is not the time to do that. So since then, like with my training, I've just been doing what feels right. Some heavy lift days, some running, just trying to get the head back in it, and that's something, I kind of wanted to express is like our message that we're talking about today is, even when shit hits the fan, with life and things going on, like you got to push through. And it may be at that point learning how to adapt, right? And adjust on the fly, but just to keep going and keep grinding, right? Because if you're still here, life hasn't stopped, and that's a good message for you to hear today, with what you got going on. It's like, just because shit's hitting the fan at work doesn't mean like things stop, and it's, like I said, maybe there's an adjustment. Maybe it is only coming to the gym a couple days a week and running more, like for you, and it's one of those like, okay, I know, emotional stress has a huge impact and takes a huge toll on your central nervous system. Well, those workouts I was doing tax you in that way. And that's where I went, okay, I need to readjust instead of just beat myself into the ground and, either get hurt, get sick, whatever it is. So, I've just been adjusting that way. And it's, and that's where you kind of need to go, okay, what feels right to me right now, right? And what am I going to get benefit from still? Where can I feel good? Where can I still move without just throwing in the towel and waving the white flag and going, you know what, forget about it. Because that's life, man. And it's as sad as it is, life is all about struggle. It is, and you're constantly going to have things that pop up that you're going to struggle with, emotionally, physically, mentally, and that's one of those things where you have to be able to adapt and keep moving forward, and I think so many people, need to hear that message, and so many people just need to realize like it's okay if things get fucked up in your life to adapt and move a different direction and be able to evolve to what is right for you right now instead of that vision that you had. Like for me of like with the Murph thing, it's like, okay, I had that vision of 30 days of Murph. It's okay to adapt, and that was a tough one for me. Like it's okay to adapt and overcome and, to what you need to right now. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of got caught up there. But, with him, with Cash, like you said, being gone and it being such a emotional thing and such a stressful thing, grinding through wasn't right now. Will I do it at some point? Fuck yeah, I'll do it at some point. You know what I mean? Like I'm too fucking stubborn and hard-headed to not do it at some point. But yeah, right now it's lift heavy, run a little bit, like feel good, recover well, eat well, sleep well, and all that good stuff. Yeah. So been a little
stay the course.
Yeah.
And then, go for more when it's appropriate.
Yeah, exactly. Like I was saying, I think too many folks will have something hit. Adversity is going to hit at all different times. Like, how are you going to respond to it? Because that's going to be the biggest. That's when things are going to make the biggest impact. I guess you could say. And then like in that David Goggins is you're filling that cookie jar when you're doing stuff like that. You're giving yourself something to draw from next time things get hard. You can go, man, look how I overcame that last time something got hard. Look how, how I was able to deal with that situation, keep going, keep moving forward, keep pushing myself. I've been doing this so long, like as a coach and seeing people do things for so long where I see people give up. And, in on a lesser scale, I see people ask me, why do people stop coming to the gym? And I always usually have the same response. Well, for most of them, it's because they quit when things get hard. It's easy, like, to go to the gym when things are easy, when life is easy, when you're new to things, when you're new to deadlifting and you can put 100 pounds on your deadlift in a couple months. It's easy to do it when you feel good.
When you have time.
Right. When you have time, when when you're not in a state where you're emotional, where you've lost your dog, where you've lost a friend, a loved one, a family member, whatever it is, and that's great that you can do it during those times, during the good times. But I think doing it during the times that are the toughest are what is really going to build, that base and that foundation for life and for what you have in the future coming at you, and let's be real. Like we all, not to sound dark and whatever, but we all have shitty times ahead of us in our lives. We all have a lot of good times too, but there are going to be those bad times. And, the more of those little ones, the little bad times that pop up that you can push through, and stay the course, the easier it's going to make it to do that when things get really shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like for me, I got to be careful with my head because, I've been good stressed, but it kind of bleeds into anxiety and worry. Yep. And if I'm feeling that way, I can't be social in a healthy way. So part of it is, okay, I won't feel comfortable going to the gym, like it kind of hits during the weekend, during those lulls where I'm supposed to sit still and relax.
Yeah.
But I really just want to keep going.
I don't know what that
but you know
is.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
You want to keep going, and and he's like, oh, at least you get to relax. I'm like, I don't know. All that's on my mind are these 2-3 things that are cycling in my head.
Yeah.
So then it builds up, and then I'm just like, man, my head's not right, So I just want to like rest well is my number one. And then when I have good energy, then
but
I'll get into it.
This is where you and I are very similar. You don't rest well if you're not doing anything.
Yeah.
You rest well if your day is scheduled and you got shit going on and you're packed and you're moving your body and you got this to do and this to do. Now I've knocked things off and I've accomplished things. Now I can sleep good tonight.
So I'm still waking up at 5.
Yeah.
My eyes are just, and my body's just like, let's go, let's get to the restaurant. Let's, stop, get some snacks for the guys,
Bitch, shut up.
I'm serious.
Shut the fuck up.
I laugh my way to the donut shop. Let me get 2 dozen.
Hey, you say, let me get 2 dozen. By the time you show up at the restaurant, there's only 1 dozen to give out.
Here you go, guys. But, little things like that. And then just start flowing through whatever. But yeah, still waking up at 5. But that feels better than, say, like all day tomorrow,
Yeah.
Kind of waiting. Yeah.
No, I feel you, man. I feel you. And, it's funny. Tara makes fun of me. Having Reese coaching now a little bit. That Labor Day weekend, I had him coach through it, and that was one where it was a stressful weekend, shit going on with cash and, so yeah, I was supposed to be relaxing and taking time, but it was like, your mind's fucked.
Yeah.
But I did have last weekend, I can't remember. I think it was last weekend where I had Reese coach Friday afternoon and Saturday morning. Right. So I had 2.5 days off.
That's a big,
right. So, and Tara was making fun of me because I sat down, I think it was Saturday, and I was watching football. And I think I made it through like a quarter of a game. And I was up and I was like cooking. I'm doing shit.
Like, all right, I'm ready to move.
Yeah. And she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm doing stuff. She's like, you don't know how to relax. And like I said, it's like, I feel better when I'm moving.
Yeah, same.
I feel better when I'm moving, and I've got tasks to focus on, the taskmaster. Tara's called me that like since we first started dating. She goes, you are a taskmaster. Like you've got to have that task to get to and do. But yeah.
Projects. Yeah. I'm like that. Even if I don't have, say, anything to do, I'll find something to put together or build or something, computer.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I put together computers in my spare time too.
No, but seriously, like pandemic, that was something.
Yeah, no, that's what I do too.
Yeah, no, yeah. No, I'm lying too. Just thought,
Oh, shit. No, I feel you, man. Like you start to find stuff that's like the baseball cards, right? Like baseball cards. Like I can get lost in that world, right? But because it's tasks, it's going through things, it's sorting things, it's just keeping the mind occupied.
I was gonna say there's so much you could do with it. You know, it's a lot of organizing and then the research side of it, and yeah.
There's I don't know, man. There's something like just talking about that, but there's something relaxing about that. You know, and it's something that just lets where it is. It's, you know, that sorting organization. I don't know, just
the order.
Yeah. And, you know, part of it's the nostalgia thing, you know, doing it as a kid, whatever, but it's just like, it's just relaxing. You know, it puts me in a place where I'm like, I can sit here and do this for hours, you know?
That's what I did when I opened my, my draft pick prisms that morning.
Yeah.
I just had them, right? So that's what I've been doing. When I have bought them, I just kind of stash them. So I just, again, it's like a Saturday morning, wake up like 5:36, lay there till 6:30, and I'm like, all right, I don't want to get up and work. You know, like I shouldn't, you know? Right. So I grabbed the 5 boxes and just opened those. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that was good. I can do that. You know, like, but telling myself, hey, that was a good option, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Gives you a little time where you can, in a way, kind of decompress, right? And put your mind elsewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel that. Yeah, man. So I guess that message for the day, though, keep going. Keep doing something. Adjust, adapt, overcome, you know? You know, like whatever it is in life, dude, you're going to have shit hit the fan. New job, you know, saying goodbye to your best friend, you know, looking at things now, like, you know, you start to view things differently, like at different ages in your life, but, you know, starting to get a little bit older, you know, like I've had friends pass away, you know, family members, things like that aren't in best of health. And, you know, it's funky, man, but all you can do is, you know, stay positive and adapt, overcome, try and move forward and just stay the course as best as you can. And, you know, at sometimes it's just about keeping your head above water.
Yeah.
You know, and it's hard to do. It is hard to do, to not fall into a bucket of ice cream or, you know, Netflix binging and some McNuggets, whatever it is, you know, whatever your jam is. Not that anybody eats McNuggets around here. You know,
there's gonna be a reason I eat somewhere later. It's not gonna be my fault.
Yeah, man. You know, I just hope that that everybody knows that there's different ways to cope and to deal with things without stopping everything in your life. You know, and when shit does hit the fan, the best thing you can do is take care of yourself, right? And when I say take care of yourself, I'm talking about from a physical standpoint, you know, and making sure that you're still moving your body, making sure that you're still eating well, you know, sleeping well, recovering well, because, you know, when stuff does get funky, you know, things get stressful, that's taxing on the body, you know? And like I said,
don't do things to make it worse.
Exactly. Know? And that may mean like for myself, like compared to where I normally am at, throttling back a little. You know, on how hard I'm pushing, how hard I'm going, you know. But that doesn't mean you stop. You know, it doesn't mean you stop. So that's my message for you for the day, Mikey. Get your shit together.
Okay. Damn it.
Yeah, man, I think that's about all we got for the day. I think we'll wrap it there. So hopefully you guys have all followed us on social, and you've checked out my book on Amazon and, you know, all that good stuff. And if you haven't, subscribe and follow and all that, and, you know, give us a review, give us a like, give us a thumbs up. And other than that, that's all we got today. So hopefully you guys are all doing well. If you got a question for us, hit us up in a DM or email at castironworkouts@gmail.com. We'll see you guys soon.